Stop using forms without watching this video, because in this video we're going to go through how to use them correctly and how to avoid XSS attacks. If you don't know what XSS mean, keep watching the video. So our project in this video is going to consist of two main pages. The first page is the form that the applier completes and is validated, and then this data is processed and sent to the other page. And then the other page takes this data and using a script, it puts every single information in its place. Now let's start with the index.html, which is our form. We're going to start by creating a header having job app, and our form. I don't need an action. And then our form is going to consist of 5 main divs. Each div is going to have a single label and a single input. Okay, so I got 5 divs. Each div is going to have a label. That's it. That's everything. So here I got to add the input type text, and that's all. Here I'm going to change text, maybe here, to text area. We don't need a name, and our ID is going to be about, or about. Okay, so now after we created our divs and inputs, it's time to change every ID and add IDs to every input right here. Now I created all of the divs and change the ID of each label and input. The first one is a text, second one is also a text but it's text area, and then a date, so you can choose a date like this, and a job. It's a normal select normal text input, but I'm going to do something. And then we got our file type input, which the user can enter or choose his resume file, and I created a resume file just right here. Okay, now I have a data list right here, so this is what I'm going to add to my HTML file right here. Okay, so this is my data list, and what I'm going to do with it, that I'm going to do, go to the select a job input. I'm going to add an attribute and link these two elements together. So the ID here is jobs. So as you can see, all of the options is here, and the user can choose any of them. Okay, now we're done with the HTML file. Now let's go and make this page pretty. Now I created an index.css file, and I'm going to link it with the index.html file. So index set, and it's linked. Just to make sure, I'm just going to make the body, the background color red, and it is working. Let's remove it, and then I have to put some styles to our body. I want the body to have a fixed height and a fixed width. So the height is 100 VH and width is 100% of the device width, and the display is flex direction, this column, and I want to align everything in the center horizontally and justify my content to make between each element a space evenly. I'm going to close the body tag, and we're done with it. Okay, Now I got to work on our form. Our form, just going to add background color red to just make the process easier. The width is going to be 90% maybe, yeah, 90% is great. Height, I want it to be 70, 80, 75%. Okay, perfect. I want my form to be display flex, line item center, justify content, the space between them is even. And I forgot to make the flex direction column, and everything looks so good. Okay, now I'm going to remove the background color red. I'm going to add another color, maybe a blue color, maybe this one. Great. And I'm going to open a div. I'm just going to make it general. Select the element using the name of it, because we only have divs inside our form, so it's okay to use it. And our div, I want it to have a background color red, just to make the process easier. And I want the width to be 90%, which adds a little bit of padding right here. And height, no need for height, just make it going to be auto. And I want it to be I want to make the display flex direction column, and our line items, no need for line items. I just want to justify the content to be spaced evenly. Okay, and then I want the text or the input, just leave it for now. I'm going to remove the background color red, and everything is working fine. Okay, I got it. Now we're going to work on the label or font. Okay, the label, what about it? Please, I want the font size to be 1.4 rem, so it changes by zooming in, not this one, and zooming out. But if we used pixels, it's going to stay in its size. Okay, font size 1.4 rem, and what? The font family to be Arial, and I want the font weight to be 500, and I want the color to be white, like this, and that's all. Things working fine. And then we got our input and text area, because we got a text area in our form. Then our input, I want to add a little bit of padding, maybe of 20 pixels. I think 2 pixels is too much. Maybe I'm going to add box sizing for the box, and everything is working fine. And instead of padding 20 pixels, just make it 10, because it's too big. Okay, great. Now I got to make the outline. Actually, the default line in the form or in the input is an outline, it's not a border. So as you can see, it's all done. I'm going to make our border 1 pixel solid. Maybe I'm going to make it a something near black, and it's working fine. And border radius is going to be 10 pixels, and it is great. Okay, so this is our file. It's working fine. Oh, and maybe I think I got to add a little bit of a border radius here, a little bit of shadow, 0, 5 pixel black. No, this is 0 also, so 0, 0, 5 pixel. Okay, fine, working fine. Okay, so now everything is working fine. Now I forgot to add the button, and I want the ID to be submit our button. Send. and going to add some styles to it, and this is how it looks like. Maybe a border of 1 pixel solid, and the maybe this color to this color, and it's working fine. Okay, then I'm going to style our h2 to be font size 3 and it's working fine. I think that's enough. Now let's go and work on our script. So index.javascript script, and got to link it with our script source index.js. So the index.js, I got to define our elements first. Okay, so after I defined all of our elements, now we're going to start with validating our inputs. So I'm going to make a function called validate inputs, and I forgot to write the function keyword. Okay, input, what is the parameters? Name, name, about, birth dates, and then a job and resume. Then going to check if any of these values is empty. So name, if name equals to this, name.trim, and if about.trim equals this, oops, it's not like this, and if birth date equals this, and if select if job dot trim, no need for trim, it's all my values, okay, and if resume equals this. Okay, what do you want to do? Oh, please send him an alert telling him, please complete all of the fields. Then, and oh, I need for that. Stop. Okay, everything's working fine, and I would like to check if the birth date is valid. So if the new date, which is this one, dot birthday, which is converts this input from a string to a date type. Okay, if it's larger than or equal to the current date, I would like to alert him and say, please enter a valid date. Okay, if everything's working fine, I would like to leave it for now, check if my code is right, and I would like to add a event listener, click function, and take the event, please, and I would like to prevent submission using the prevent default function, and I'd like to invoke the validate inputs function, and use the full name, value, and about dot value, and birth dates dot value, and job dot value, and resume dot value, and let's check. Yay, it's working. So now after we check everything's working fine, I'm going to go to this code, and I would like to send the data to the other page. Okay, I'm going to create the other page, maybe called success.html, and success.css, okay, and success.javascript, and I would like to prepare the HTML file, and I would like to pass these these values as search params through the URL. Okay, let URL params equal to new URL search params, and URL params.set. I want to set a number of values. Okay, the first one is name, string, the value is going to be name. Okay, URL dot set about, and it's going to be about. Okay, URL params dot set our birth date and birth date. Okay, and then what you want to do, URL search params dot set job, set job. Okay, URL search params dot set our resume. I would like to set the resume here in the parameter as a value. Is that done? No. We just created an instance of the URL search params. Now I would like to tell the browser to go to this URL. Okay, what are we going to do? The window notification. Okay, I wanted to set the current location to tactics, and then like to go to success.html, and these are the params and URL params. Okay, to string. Make sure to convert them into string. Now let's check if everything is working, and here I'm just going to say welcome to this company. Okay, full name is John. Do about blah blah blah, and I'm going to copy this so you don't have to do the same thing again. Let's choose a valid input this time. Okay, and maybe he's a teacher, and the resume is the same resume here, all files, and there it is, and send. Everything's working fine, and finally we're going to work on our success.html file. Okay, so I designed the page real quick. This is my CSS file, and I'm going to start with the script. Okay, first I want to define our values. That's it, I defined my values, and then I want to make a function that adds a row with its values. Okay, first I'd like to create add function, which is add row equals to, like to have two parameters. Okay, head and date. Okay, first I would like to go to create an element. So let my row equal to document.create element. Okay, tag name tr, this string tr. Okay, created an element, and then what you want to do, I would like to add to this row dot append child node. Okay, I got to create a node. Okay, so everything is working now. I just added the head right here and cell, then appended each one right here. Okay, now I created an instance for the search params, which is the current one, window dot location, this one search. Okay, and join do, working fine. I would like to add another row, please, and this one I want it to be the about, and the data is URL.get. The name I want it to be about, and it's working fine. then add another row, which is the birth date. But I got to make it look good because this is what's going to appear. The data url.get our birth date. Working good. Add row. I would like to get the name, about, birth date, and job. Okay, job url.get the job. Okay, add row, and this time is the resume. The data is going to be url.get our resume, and it's working fine. Wow. Just had to make a caption. User information. It's working fine. So now we are done with our project. Yay, finally. But there is something I would like to talk to you about.